Welcome back to another edition of QB1 with quarterback guru Crissy Froyd, who's here to talk about BYU signal caller Jaren Hall. Crissy, how much does Jaren compare to former BYU star and current Jets quarterback Zach Wilson?
I think a lot. I think that there are some similarities between them as a passer and then kind of with their ability to make throws off of any platform and the mobility that they bring to the table. And I think that BYU's hit it big because, you have a quarterback like Zach Wilson that comes in to a school that's not necessarily known for having a ton of these top level draft picks just year in and year out. And then you have the potential with this junior to have another quarterback that's just like him that could really possibly experience the same rise that he did in about a year.
What did Jaren show last year at BYU that really put him on the map and really got the attention of college football?
Yeah, well, he was only a sophomore last year, and I think that his decision making was way ahead of schedule because, I see a lot of times in quarterbacks where it takes them about 2 years or so to really get solid and really comfortable in their offense and executing super well and always making the right decisions. But I think that he's got a lot of maturity in that area with just, like I said, just being a sophomore. And so how he builds upon that as a junior is going to be something that's really exciting to watch. This is a really mechanically sound quarterback. Like I mentioned, he's someone who can make throws off of a lot of different platforms, which is kind of where you get some of that Zach Wilson comparison. I think that on top of the fact that he can move, we also have to recognize the fact that he's also really fast. And I think that he's someone who can give defenders really a run for their money whenever he's trying to make a play on the ground. So I think that there's a lot of really good foundational traits to like about that. And I think that, like I said before, that there really are a lot of the same things we were excited about with Zach Wilson that are showing up in Jaren Hall's tape as well.
And he's already become this name, and you mentioned all these things he's already has. But what does he need to do to continue to rise in those QB rankings of yours and many other people's, like to get to that next echelon of quarterback?
Yeah, I think he just needs to consistently do what he did last year and then build upon it in a big way. I think that he did a lot of things right last year. I think there's still a little bit of room for improvement that will just come with experience. But I feel like the junior season for a lot of quarterbacks, including this one's going to be really big. And he's all over the draft projections. There's some people that don't have him in their top 15. There's some people that have him going in the first round. So he's kind of one of your wild card players like Cam Ward from Washington State. So he's going to be one to keep an eye on. I think that unfortunately he's going to be surrounded by a little bit of small school stigma, just the same way that Zach Wilson was. But I think that his abilities can shine through.
And now after this season, he'll be draft eligible. This is always the goal of these young quarterbacks to get to the next level where, if he does, like you mentioned, does the things he needs to do to progress to the next level, where could you see him ultimately landing in like the pre-draft quarterback rankings for the 2023 draft?
I think he's definitely a quarterback that can go on the early rounds. I think that he's shown that as long as he builds off of this and that he puts another season on top of what he did last year, that he's a quarterback who has shown that he's not just a flash in the pan. And really, he's not out of the conversation for the first round. I know that Bryce Young and CJ Stroud are the ones that get all the attention. But when you think about it, if he is indeed on the same trajectory as Zach Wilson was, Zach Wilson went early on in the first round. There's no reason why this quarterback can't do the same.